Global cryptocurrency markets have been witnessing a bloodbath in recent weeks, with Bitcoin losing 30% of its value in a week. Its market cap was less than one-third of its peak last year. Last month, the once promising Luna coin lost over 99% of its value. Reporter Yu Su-min has more on the crash of Luna and why younger investors are still enthusiastic over crypto.
The massive collapse of Terra, a so-called stablecoin that is theoretically designed to maintain a $1 peg, and the ensuing crash of its sister coin Luna have sent shockwaves around the world. Terra and Luna were invented by a South Korean national, Do Kwon, but were traded globally. A staggering 99.99% of downfall of Luna, which had been trading at a high of around $119, is now worth less than a cent, wiping out billions of investors' money globally. Among the investors include the millennials. Those in their 20s and 30s account for 60% of users of Upbit, the country's dominant cryptocurrency exchange. Young people's aspirations for hitting the jackpot largely have to do with skyrocketing real estate prices, which made the all-time dream of buying my home unattainable. It's also what made the cryptocurrency, especially Luna coin, a particularly enticing investment. A high-risk, high-return investment in nature that relies on financial engineering with a few regulations in place. To understand the Luna coin's allure to the millennials, I spoke to a 25-year-old investment analyst in crypto fund based in Singapore, whose portfolio lost a six-figure value. From February last year, he was drawn to the Luna coin with the hope of reaping huge sums of money just like other millennials. But to him, there was more to Luna than just the money.
Terra's platform, when I first encountered it, was interesting because, for one, they had integrations with Chai. So that was a South Korean payment network. That was really the one that started the whole Terra journey. Like, oh, look, this is a blockchain project that actually has a semblance of real-world adoption. If crypto is going to be a part of the real world, this is likely going to be part of the future.
I asked why it's particularly attractive for normal young people in their 20s and 30s who, unlike him, might not be equipped with sufficient technical knowledge in digital assets.
The product suite on Terra was really like mimicking what we had in the real world and bringing it onto a crypto system with their own stablecoin backing the whole thing. So I think that was the ease of understanding these products that they're really familiar with, really made people comfortable setting up a Terra wallet, putting in money, and just being supportive of the system in general.
The range and the scope of damage from the crash span across the globe, with the spillover effect of Luna crash not constrained within the South Korean border. The country's government and lawmakers have highlighted the need for a global cooperation.
As virtual assets transcend borders, we'll strengthen cooperation with overseas regulatory institutions and international organizations.
With constant calls from the government, the 5 cryptocurrency exchange operators have decided to formulate strengthened guidelines for listing and delisting cryptocurrencies.
We will particularly strengthen our feasibility assessment of the cryptocurrency to identify project objectives and the possibilities of structural risks or fraud. Risk assessment will be carried out by reflecting various cases, such as project defects or hacking risks, utility of blockchain technology, and the potential exploitation of money laundering.
The Memorandum of Understanding signed by these 5 major cryptocurrency exchanges is not a legally binding agreement. These are voluntary regulatory measures. But still, this is a great first step, and more help is underway, with the South Korean government focused on protecting the investors of this nascent asset class. Yu Su-min, CGTN, Seoul.